How can you destroy your enemy without raising a single weapon, speaking a single curse, or engaging in any direct fight? Sounds impossible, doesn't it? Yet history and philosophy are full of examples of enemies neutralized, conflicts resolved, and power seized without a single blow ever being exchanged. This may seem paradoxical, but it's one of the oldest tactics derived from the wisdom of Stoic philosophy, defeating not by confrontation, but by mastery of yourself and your surroundings. In today's video, we're diving into strategies inspired by ancient Stoic teachings to show you how to dismantle your enemy, neutralize their influence, and emerge victorious, all while keeping your hands clean. This isn't about revenge or cruelty. In fact, Stoicism teaches us to always act ethically. It's about power, control, and how to render your opponent powerless and irrelevant without losing your own dignity. Before we get started, if you're looking for more grounded wisdom about handling life's toughest challenges and becoming the best version of yourself, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're bringing insights straight from ancient philosophy every day. Now let's begin, for this is not just about survival, it's about ascension. Setting the framework. The Stoics have a fascinating approach to conflict because at its core, Stoicism isn't about defeating others, it's about mastering yourself. As Marcus Aurelius famously wrote in Meditations, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." That's our starting point. We don't fight as the enemy fights. We elevate ourselves beyond petty confrontations and transient victories. How? Through understanding human nature, removing their power without direct confrontation, and focusing relentlessly on the control we have over ourselves. Before we dive deeper, consider this. Who is your enemy? Is it a rival at work undermining your efforts? A personal foe spreading negativity? Or maybe it's an external system trying to block your growth? Though enemies come in many forms, the tactics for dissolving their influence remain universal. Tactic 1. Master your emotions. The first and most essential principle to destroying any enemy without conflict is this: do not react emotionally. This is easier said than done, of course, because anger and resentment are primal instincts when confronted with opposition. Yet anger, in the eyes of the Stoics, is the first step toward losing control and empowering your enemy. Seneca warned us about the dangers of rage, saying, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." Every time you're provoked, every time someone tries to attack you, verbally, emotionally, professionally, they're baiting you. Reacting to their jabs immediately puts you at a disadvantage. You show them where your weaknesses are. Instead, exercise composure. Breathe. Delay your reaction. If you respond at all, let it be with such calm precision that they don't even recognize you as vulnerable. Marcus Aurelius taught that the mind can transform every insult into an opportunity for growth. So instead of obsessing over the harm your enemy may intend for you, focus instead on tempering your own emotions. In doing so, you disarm them of their ability to control you. Tactic 2. Shift the power dynamic. What gives an enemy power over you? Is it fear, resentment, or perhaps the belief that they hold control over a specific aspect of your life? To destroy an enemy without fighting them, you must undermine this dynamic by shifting the source of power. In many cases, this means taking away the very thing that makes their attacks effective: your attention. Epictetus famously said, "Whoever claims power over you has done so only because you've granted it." If you withdraw your focus, stop gossiping about them, stop reacting to their attempts at sabotage, stop allowing them to occupy your mind, you will weaken their grip. They will be fighting air. Without resistance, their efforts become futile. Imagine a situation where a rival at work is spreading lies about you. Rather than confronting them, shift the strategy. Start increasing your focus on excellence. Double down on your efforts to perform. Instead of engaging with their negativity, let your accomplishments speak louder than their whispers. Slowly but surely, their narrative will become irrelevant, as you build a fortress of your own credibility. Remember, the enemy thrives on your attention. Deny them the oxygen, and they suffocate. Tactic 3. Turn public perception. Some enemies succeed because of the perception others have of them. They may seek to isolate you, harm your reputation, or convince others that you're in the wrong. The Stoic way to destroy this influence is not to counterattack, but to rebuild your image with quiet, undeniable actions. This comes from the principle of living your virtues. Virtue, acting with wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, is at the heart of Stoic thought. If your enemy claims you're dishonest, live so transparently that the truth becomes self-evident to onlookers. If they try to portray you as incompetent, let every project or action you undertake demonstrate mastery. The lesson here is simple. Show, don't tell. You cannot win a war of words or accusations by playing volley with your enemy. But you can render what they say meaningless by embodying the opposite of their claims. Moreover, be consistent. The Stoics believed that consistency in character was essential to power. People naturally gravitate toward those whose actions align with their values. Over time, the weight of your integrity will tip the scales. You don't need to engage in mudslinging for others to see who stands taller. Tactic 4. Remove their purpose. There is an important truth about enemies. They need a target. When you refuse to fight, refuse to engage, and refuse to grant them significance, the enemy loses direction. Remember, people who instigate conflict often do so from a place of emptiness, insecurity, or dishonor. Their aggression comes from their own lack of control, not from anything you've truly done to them. A beautiful metaphor comes from the idea of a fire. Imagine your enemy's aggression as flames licking upward. If you go to war with them, you're only providing more oxygen for the fire to burn brighter. But if you starve the flame by not engaging, by keeping calm, by showing no visible damage, eventually it smolders and dies. The fire doesn't disappear instantly, but without fuel, it inevitably extinguishes. Stop being their fuel. Conclusion: true victory through transformation. The ultimate victory, according to the Stoics, isn't one where the enemy lies defeated or humiliated. It isn't about standing over them triumphant, basking in revenge. No, the true victory is when you have transformed into someone they cannot touch, and when their attacks no longer have meaning or relevance. This kind of victory is complete because it doesn't diminish your character, rather, it builds your strength. Ask yourself, what kind of person do you want to be? Someone who engages in petty squabbles, or someone who rises above them? Someone constantly stuck in battles, or someone outpacing and outgrowing opposition altogether? At the end of the day, destroying your enemy without any fight isn't about them. It's about you. It's about becoming unshakable, undistractable, and undefeatable. That, my friends, is the highest form of power. If you found value in today's insights, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Let's continue exploring Stoic wisdom together and learning how to master not just our enemies, but ourselves. Until next time, remember, you have control over your mind, your actions, and your reactions. Use it wisely.